5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Weekend confirmed.
Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff.
There. Kicking off in the first segment, I am going to, I wrote myself a note here just because people have continued to harp on me. Rather than allow it just to go untalked about, I'm just going to say a couple words about SOPA, but no one else has to hop in if they don't want to. I'm just going to say...
That's my question of the week was about.
I'm going to say, I'm not a political commentator. Listen to political commentators who are well-versed in this, just like they shouldn't be talking about games. We just wrapped up Game of the Year, and that guy right down... Yes?
Oh, we're not started yet, have we?
No.
Okay. Well, then I don't know. I'm not a fan of that answer, truth be told.
That's all right.
Because you're a citizen. And,
I'm a citizen.
And yeah, you're not a political commentator, but you do pay taxes. And
I've called my representative already, and that's what I recommend people do.
Right, but it's okay to have an opinion.
I have an opinion.
To share
right.
the opinion, right?
Yeah, no, I'll share my opinion.
Okay.
I don't think that it's my issue to own and act as if I am somehow now a authority.
Of course.
I'm not an authority on
right,
it. I'm
right.
way out of my league talking about it and trying to be an authority about it. So I should say, hey, this is important. We should talk about it. You should pay attention to it, and you should do these things. And I know that much, but you should pay attention to people who really know this shit.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's really all I have to say about it.
You see it start
because I just
Not that I'm trying to give you another answer. I was just.
It's like when political commentator types try to go in and do an analysis of socioeconomic forces in Grand Theft Auto. You're like, guys, you're like this is not your world.
This is true.
Let us be in our world. You be in your world. And it also opens the door to let David talk a little bit about aspirations for games when you're a developer working on your games. I also introduced the review question if you want to take any shots. I know you like to talk about reviews a little bit. You could kill us on that if you want.
Sure.
Of course, Itzy's here. We're obviously going to talk about Twisted Metals. We'll jump into that in the second segment full force. We've got a bunch of questions from the audience, and we'll just sort of let that be freeform and go however it goes. I'll tell a little anecdote that I have here that back in the day, my friend Jim Hurl, who used to live in the apartment across the hall from me, he got a PlayStation, and of course I still had my dusty Genesis, and we played two games, Loaded and Twisted Metal, and it was interesting because I think the reason that we played them was as much because of the couch co-op environment. Like that. There's just something that happens that we all talk about, but we seem to miss a lot. And I know you're into that feeling a lot.
Absolutely.
So we'll talk about how you can recapture that. Then we got some questions about Twisted Metal and stuff. Going into the C section, then we will hit the not so Twisted Metal-y questions for David, and we have news and. I've got NPDs from December to drop into here. I've got big changes coming to Diablo 3, like they're rewriting the whole damn game, and it's
crazy.
It is nuts. It's freaking nuts.
They're rewriting it. Like
They're ripping out systems and
they're ripping out
putting in new ones. Yeah, it's substantial.
Yeah. They basically.
Were you in the beta? Or do you think
yeah.
Do you think that's needed, or do you think it's like perfectionism gone crazy?
It's perfectionism gone completely crazy.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Really? I think the beta was right on. It's Diablo.
But I think that there were a couple things that they put in that I thought we should probably talk about.
Right. Because I feel like they're switching things to be switching things.
Nah, I don't think so.
All right.
I looked at that list of changes and I was like, fuck, that really. And I was like, oh,
and then there's that
sense.
Resident Evil 6 thing.
Yeah.
I heard that Resident Evil 6 thing's hot. Did the rest of you watch the video?
The trailer.
Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah,
it's quite good.
We'll pull it up. So
cool.
you can see it. The trailer is pretty freaking.
Something else.
Yeah. Are you buying into the hunk theory?
I didn't know that there was a hunk theory.
That's okay. Well, so we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Well, we can prep that. The theory is that the third protagonist, who's the mercenary guy that they introduce, is Hunk.
Oh, without his mask?
Huh.
Yeah, without his mask, finally, right? And that seems to make sense.
What if it's Tofu without his full Tofu costume?
You get a knife. That's it. You get a knife.
It's like they want me for my blood. Maybe it's
so
tofu blood.
So that's the theory. So Hunk is the guy who always survives no matter what. And so the theory is that that's why it would be Hunk, is because his blood is resistant to the umbrella viruses. Could be.
Maybe.
You're not into that theory.
I don't know. Hunk, yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm just not invested in Resident Evil fiction. Like
you're not invested as Hunk as a character.
No, I'm
his
like
character development has really been for you.
I don't play those games for
it's
the.
It's like Wedge for you, Resident Evil.
Right. Yeah, I don't read the expanded universe novelizations of Star Wars for that very reason.
Exactly. Wedge comes home to find his wife fucking a bantha or whatever the fuck.
So you've read my erotic Wedge fanfics.
Yeah, okay. I'm Happy Lightsaber 3 on
right.
comments.
Happy lightsaber.
That's right. So no, it was interesting on last week's that you guys did. I was really struck by when you were talking about your choice of entertainment is playing like story-based games. And it's just because I don't know what my talk at DICE is going to be about yet, which sucks because it's 3 weeks away, right? But I've been toying with the idea of talking about narrative and storytelling and gameplay and interactivity and whatnot. And and to hear you now talk about Resident Evil and like, you know, Michael's saying just being so invested in the mythology and stuff, and I'm like, who the fuck is Hunk? I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, you know? So it's kind of interesting because for the longest time I've been operating under this really probably arrogant assumption that most people felt the way I did, and sometimes you have to do that when you do anything. When you plan a podcast, you have to go, I know what the public needs, you know, just because they don't know, you know. I mean, there's part of that is the necessity of doing creative work, and part of it is arrogance, I think. And so for me, I was just like, stories don't work in video games like they should. I'd rather watch a movie, I'd rather read a book, and I'd rather play a game to play a game. And when I heard you say it last week, I'm like, you know, you have, unlike a lot of guys I think who post on forums who are kind of insecure when it comes to the story issue, and they feel vested in their hobby to the point that they need to make this an important thing. I heard you say it, I'm like, I don't think you care either way. If end of the day when you die, games have become relevant and important, you're just like, dude, that's what I like to do, you know?
Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
You know, and so it really got me, you know, rethinking, you know, my position. It's like, do they not work for me, and am I in the vast minority? Because I know a lot of people, you know, they do get invested in the fiction, including games I've worked on. You know, so I'm not really sure.
I'm with you. I'm like, storyline is not. Video games are not the medium for me for storyline.
Right.
Just because I don't like these long narratives and.
I don't think they do.
All right, we're putting this discussion into the show then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
We'll put this discussion in the show
because I just listened to that episode too, and I was like, this is so. I'm not even this type of player.
And I heard them talk, and I was like, God, I love that they respond to games that way. I'm going to go back, and I hadn't played The Witcher 2, and I was like, but every time I sit down, and I love Skyrim, it's my game of the year, but I was still like, I don't give a fuck about the warring clans. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's like, you know, that's why I like, you know, so many people I think are on this side of, I don't know if this is true or not, but Skyrim versus Dark Souls last year, like there's people like one or the other more vocally for sure, and I'm a Dark Souls guy because I don't want to get involved in these long ass.
All right, so we're going to use the narratives and in story, and that as a launch into talking about the various games from last year, and let you go into Game of the Year stuff.
I was wondering whether or not you wanted me to talk about the Xbox Live hack stuff that we
if you want to.
Joystick worked on.
Yeah, that was good work.
Where would you like to put that?
Thanks. I don't know if you want to just if you find a spot for it and you want to throw it to me and we'll do that in news maybe.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I swear I'm not on drugs, but I looked up and I forgot there was a room back there, and I thought it was a woman. And I'm like, oh, that's not my reflection. That's.
We're kind of wearing the same. We match.
It's kind of creepy. A little creepy. But kind of fun.
Just think, I'm the one not wearing headphones.
You were the one who called me last night and asked what I was wearing. I didn't know what that call was.
I just had to make sure.
I know.
And yet you still responded, well, I'm going to wear.
Well, of course.
No, not what I was wearing last night. What I was going to wear tomorrow.
What are you wearing tomorrow?
Right. Well, I got this. You know why I'm wearing this? Why I'm wearing this? Because I got this from the Vegas GameStop show, which is this fucking looks like John Goodman, and I don't want to wear this in public. You know, I mean, not because I have a problem with GameStop, just because it's a stupid fucking shirt, you know. And
it's like somebody else dressed you essentially.
Yeah, but it was clean and.
But it was clean.
It was clean.
See, this is the way men dress. That's clean.
It's clean. Yeah.
All right, I'm in.
And I'm going on fucking G4 on camera after this with this outfit on, so you know.
Have you seen the new Cess?
The new set? No,
Oh,
I have not. What
careful.
happened? What happened?
He looks like.
Just be ready.
Yeah.
Oh.
We can't spoil the surprise.
Can I tell him you said that?
He looks amazing. It's awesome.
Oh, in a good way?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool.
It's not just don't worry. It's not mirror Adam Sessler. It's
Okay.
actual standard hero.
Yeah, standard
good guy
hero Sess.
Adam Sessler.
Is it like Jay Allard transformation?
No,
or-
not that dramatic.
Well, when he told me about it, I was like, was it the Cliffy B transformation too? Yeah.
I so want a Jay Allard transformation. I need one. I so fucking need one. He needs to like open up a school for game developers, and it's like I would pay buck to fucking go there and like get, you know, I don't know what he did, but I'm
But then you can rock the dreads and the cap.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want the in guy, you know, version of Jay.
You
Allard.
want some foil shirts, like
I don't
foil
even want the
printed.
dress. I want to
No.
know how he lost the weight, how he kind of got a sense of style, how he started to give a shit. Because when you work, you know, I'm so passionate about what I do, and I'm passionate about my kids and shit, but it's like when it comes to, I literally haven't had, why aren't we talking about this? I don't fucking know. It's your show. Stop me when you're bored. But, you know, I haven't had a haircut in about 6 weeks. No, but 6 months. Because we've just been in crunch mode. And I don't give a fuck, you know, and this is good enough for me, right? Yeah. But no, I look like a hillbilly or a hobo. That's what I'm saying. So what did he do? Something happened to him where he said, I'm going to care about my appearance.
Well, I mean, he like mountain bikes like a madman. He's like
that may have been he discovered that and became...
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I can see that.
You just got to have that activity.
Yeah.
All right.
That or date blind girls. What? Did I say that out loud? God, I heard it's even amplified now. Fair enough.
Tonight